In today's video, we're gonna be giving you the top 5 best strength training principles that you need to apply to your workouts. Now, these aren't my principles. These are the principles that have been passed down from some of the best strength coaches in the world. Just to name a few, some are Charles Poliquin, Dietz, who is the coach of the national women's team for USA Hockey. These coaches know their stuff, and they are fundamental truths that if you apply to your workouts, it will make you that much stronger, that much faster, and that much more powerful. So here they are. So principle number 1 is stress. Now, when most people think about stress, they think about stress being a negative thing. But as you know, stress is what you need to make your body change. So everybody remembers their very first workout. You do the workout, the next day, you're so sore. Everything is a stress when you're a beginner. The next workout, you do the same workout, and what happens? You're a little bit less sore. You do the workout again, and now all of a sudden, you don't feel so sore anymore. Why is this happening? Because your body is adapting to the stress. Now, there are 2 main mistakes that people make when it comes to stress. The first is applying too little amounts of stress. So say you're a beginner, you start working out for a year, you're gonna see some pretty good gains. You're gonna see a lot of progress because, like I said, everything is a stressor your first year of lifting weights. However, when you get into the second year, the third year, you have to apply more stress to the body to force it to change. Now, most people, they don't lift that much weight, they don't do as many reps, as many sets, there's not enough volume in their workouts to force their bodies to change, right? Charles Poliquin had a saying, if your workouts are lasting longer than an hour, you're just making friends. Essentially, your workouts are not hard enough. You have to be focused, determined, and you have to know what you want to do. An hour workout is a perfect amount of time to get in and get out of the gym. The second mistake is applying too high amounts of stress with little to no recovery. Now, applying high amounts of stress is a good thing, but if you give yourself too little recovery, what's gonna happen is you're gonna keep diving down into the hole instead of being able to recover in what's called supercompensation. Essentially, that means that you're getting better at whatever parameter or skill that you're trying to get. So if you're trying to get stronger, you do one workout, the next week you do the same workout, but you're not able to go heavier, that's a good sign that you're not recovering enough. You maybe overtrained, you maybe did too much volume. That's the second mistake. The thing that you want to do is apply high amounts of stress with enough recovery. That means you come in the gym, you're stronger, you're lifting more weights, you're doing more sets, you are progressive overloading. Now, here is a standard progressive overload. Say you're gonna do back squats for 4 weeks. The first week you do it at 200 pounds, you're doing 5 reps in 3 sets. The second week, you do 205 pounds, but this time for 4 reps in 4 sets. Week number 3, you're doing 210 pounds for 3 reps in 5 sets. And then for week number 4, you're doing 5 pounds heavier, but you're going for 2 reps in 6 sets. So this is a standard progressive overload model. Essentially, as you guys can notice, the obvious is that the weight is increasing by 5 pounds every week. But also notice how there's an inverse relationship between reps and sets. Meaning, as the reps go down, the sets go up. There's a couple reasons for this. The first is because you need enough volume to be able to stress the body and force it to change, like I was saying at the beginning. The second reason is because you can't expect your body to lift more weight every single week and to keep the reps the same. The reps should go down. If you apply this progressive overload model, I promise you, you will see great results. The one common theme that's among the best training principles in the world is the athletes have placed themselves under high amounts of stress. So don't be afraid of stressing your body too much. Just make sure you have enough recovery time to be able to see that supercompensation. Principle number 2 is to change up the tempo of your exercises. So when people come to the gym, they only think about one contraction, which is the concentric contraction. They're asking themselves how much they can bench. They're trying to curl more than their friends, but they're missing out on 2 other important contractions. The isometric contraction, which is the pause at the weakest position, or the eccentric contraction, which is the lowering portion of any exercise. The reason why you want to work on all 3 is because you got to think of it as a big chain. If there's one weak link, you're gonna have a weak chain. So most people have a strong concentric contraction, but they can't lower the weight slowly, they can't pause the weight. If you get all links strong, what do you think that's gonna happen to the chain? The chain is gonna get that much stronger. So I'm gonna show you guys an example of what I mean. So let's just say you're doing back squats. So for the back squat, most people just think about going down fast and then up fast. but you want to be able to change the tempo if you really want to get stronger. So one way to change the tempo is to change the eccentric contraction, which is the lowering portion. So you can lower down to 5 to 6 seconds and then shoot back up. And that would be one way to change essentially the exercise. So again, 5 seconds on the way down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exploding all the way up. The second link in that chain is the isometric contraction, which is the pause in the weakest position. So in the squat, it would be at the very bottom. So you can hold it for 5 to 6 seconds. Right after, you're gonna shoot right back up. So again, go down fast, pause for 5 to 6 seconds, and then explode all the way up. Those are 2 links to the chain that you're working on. The last link is the concentric contraction. Essentially, you wanna put everything together. So you go down fast, up fast without any pause. So again, down fast, up fast, explode all the way through. So if you need more evidence to understand the links in the chain that I'm talking about, I had these 2 little boys that I was training. They're about 12 to 13 years old, and I made them do what looks like a simple drill. So what it is you're gonna grab basically one hurdle. The drill was to be able to jump over the hurdle, jump back, and repeat that for, let's just say, 10 repetitions. So what it looks like, you jump forward, absorb the force, jump back, and jump forward. And you would do that. And when I gave these boys the drill that I thought they could complete, what happened is they could easily jump over the hurdle, which is the concentric contraction, but they didn't have the force in their eccentric contractions and in their isometric contractions to be able to absorb it and produce it in the opposite direction. So what happened is when they jumped back, they tripped over the hurdle every time. And that just shows that their eccentric and their isometric strength isn't as strong as their concentric strength. Principle number 3 is variation. So strength training, getting good at it, is like learning a foreign language. So let's say I'm trying to learn French for the first time. I learn a couple words. Je m'appelle Mathieu et vous, which means my name is Matthew and you. If I only say this one time and I never repeat this ever again, do you think I will remember this saying? Probably not. So in strength training, you have to repeat exercises over and over again to get better at them. If you only do the squat one time and expect yourself to get better at it and do it again next year and see great results, it's not gonna work like that. You need repetition. Just like when learning a foreign language, it's all about repeating those words over and over again. Now, if you only repeat the same words over and over again, like Je m'appelle Mathieu et vous, would you be able to learn the language of French? Of course not. You need to add new words, you need to add new sentences. In strength training, it's the same thing. You need to add new exercises, add chains, add bands. To get proficient in strength training is being able to learn multiple exercises, to be able to use more advanced techniques, just like learning a foreign language. So the 2 mistakes most people make in the gym is that the first, they're doing the same exercises over and over and over again, and they're never changing their workout routine. Essentially, they're gonna eventually see a plateau. The second mistake is the people that go in the gym and they're always changing up the routine. Every single day is a new workout. The problem with that is that your body never gets good at one thing. So you need to have the mixture of both. So the general rule that works for most people is to change up your workouts every 4 weeks. So I'll give you an example. Let's just say you're doing back squats. You're gonna do it on week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. After those 4 weeks, change up the exercise. Still work the same muscle groups, but just do something different. So maybe you're going into a trap bar deadlift for the next 4 weeks. For the next 4 weeks, you're doing a leg press. This goes back to principle number 1. You're always adding new stress to the body. One of the most common questions that people ask themselves when they first get into strength training or when they've been working out for a couple years is, what is the best strength training program in the world? And Charles Poliquin said it best. The best training program is probably the one that you haven't done before. So really think about that. What does that mean? That means whatever program that you're doing now, even if it is the best, it will only be the best for so long because your body will adapt to it. You need to constantly be changing up your workouts. Like I said, every 4 weeks is a great time to change up the exercises, but it doesn't always have to be an exercise. It can be more weight. It can be adding chains, adding bands to the bar. All of these things are ways to change up the exercise. Maybe you're doing an incline instead of a flat bench press. The program that got you to 225 pounds on the bench press is not going to be the same program that will take you to 315 pounds, because you need to add more stress to the body in order to force it to change. So when you're looking for the best strength training program, just know that it will only be as good as long as it takes for your body to adapt to it. Once it adapts, you need to go on to a new program. You need to change something up. That's principle number 3, variation. So principle number 4 is to plan your workouts in advance. I used to do this, or I still do, for all of my clients. I always know exactly right when they go to the gym, how many reps, how many sets, what exercises we're doing. It's a game plan. What professional team do you know that goes into a game without having a game plan? They know the plays that they're gonna make, they know the opponent that they're gonna play, they know their strengths and they know their weaknesses. So why would you go into your workout without having anything planned? You're almost just running off autopilot. You're going from one exercise to the next. If one machine is taken, you're going to another machine. If you plan your workouts in advance, it's gonna clear up a lot of mental space for yourself. Not only that, it's the only way to actually progressive overload. How many times have you gone in the gym expecting to have remembered all of the weights, all the reps, all the sets from the week before, and you completely blank? You forget all of those numbers. Was it 210 pounds or 205? Was it a 4x5 or a 5x4? See, you have to be able to remember what you did last week in order to progress the next week. This is why planning your workouts in advance is so important. I started doing this for myself at the start of the year, and it's been a complete game changer. It's almost like meal prepping your meals for the week. So most people meal prep on Sunday. That way they have all their food laid out for them. They don't have to think about what they have to eat. They get out their container, they put it in the microwave, and they're good to go. For your workouts, it can be the same way. You just have to put a little bit of effort. So maybe on Sunday, you take 30 minutes to an hour to plan your whole week of workouts. I'm talking about what exercises you're doing, how many reps, how many sets. If you need to change something when you're doing the workout, simply put it in your notes and go back to it. I use Excel, I also use Word to make my workouts, and on the phone you can just download the app. That way you have it right in front of you, you know exactly what you're doing for the whole entire week. And this is the only way to actually get serious amounts of strength. The people that are writing in their notebooks, they're ahead of a lot of other people because they understand our memories are not that great. Plan your workouts in advance, and trust me, this will be a big game changer in terms of your strength. So the final, but certainly not least, training principle that you need to apply into your workout routine is to be specific. Now, what do I mean by that? Look at a typical workout that most people do. Maybe they'll start off with cleans. They'll do it for 2 reps, they'll do it for 6 sets. Then they go on to a heavy back squat. They do 5 reps and 5 sets. Then they do a Romanian deadlift and a leg press. Maybe they're doing 12 reps and 3 sets. Then for conditioning, they'll do a 1-mile run. So what happens is that your body doesn't know what to adapt to. You're first doing cleans, your body's like, okay, he wants to be powerful, or she wants to be powerful. And then you go on to the heavy back squat. Okay, your body thinks you want to be strong. Then you go into hypertrophy work. You're doing the Romanian deadlifts and the leg press. Now your body thinks maybe he wants to gain muscle. And then last but not least, you finish off with conditioning with a 1-mile run, which is very, good for your cardiovascular endurance. But again, your body is confused. It says, you want me to get powerful, then you want me to get strong, then you want me to gain muscle mass, and then you want me to have a better cardiovascular endurance. The problem with that is that, yes, your body may adapt to all these parameters, but it will provide weak adaptations. The best way in order to get a trained parameter better is to focus on that one parameter. If you want to be strong, focus on strength first. If you want to be powerful, focus on power. If you want to have better cardio, focus on your cardio. Do not mix and match. It's what is referred to as mixed training, and it provides mixed results. Your body doesn't know what to do. And it's from an evolutionary standpoint. As our ancestors were living on this earth, if they saw something that was very threatening, maybe they saw a tiger, they would have run away from a tiger. That was the only one stress that they had to worry about. Your body can't adapt to all of these stresses all at once, and if it does, it's gonna provide, like I said, weak adaptations. The quote that I love the best is, if you have one ass, you can't sit on two horses. So if you have all these goals to be faster, powerful, stronger, better cardio, focus on one goal, achieve that goal, and then move on to the next. Don't try to get strong and your cardio all at one time. Don't try to be powerful and fast at once. Work on one goal, achieve it, and move on to the next. This is what I mean about being specific with your training, and it's gonna make you that much more stronger and that much more focused when you get in the gym. Your body will know exactly what it needs to adapt to. It's gonna know exactly what stress you are placing on your body. So those were the 5 top strength training principles. Like I said, they're not mine, they're passed down from some of the top 5 or some of the best strength training coaches in the world, and I'm passing it back down to you. So hopefully that helped you out. If you guys want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe. Matt Joe Strength Coach on Instagram. Follow me. I'm gonna be posting more content of the athletes that I train, but this video was really all about helping everybody. If you're trying to lose weight, trying to build muscle, if you're an athlete, these are 5 universal principles that is gonna be a game changer once you really start to dive deep into them and really think about. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. I'm gonna take off. I got some athletes to train, but you guys have a great day. Sayonara.